So you're starting real estate and you're flat broke. Well, I have some tips for you to help you out. What's up everybody, it's BC, your favorite YouTuber. Just kidding. I want to first ask you in the comment section if you're listening to this, if you do notice a positive or very good change in the audio quality. As you can see by me moving it, I have a mic right here. Moving it a little bit closer to my face, I got one of those stands to see if it could improve the audio quality since so many people kept getting on me about it. But if you notice a difference already, go ahead and leave a comment below so I know that we're doing the right thing. Anyways, let's get right into the video. Tips for being broke. For those of you who don't know, when I started real estate, I was broke. I had a short professional basketball career. Like most people who were young, I did it from age 21 to about 24. I was very foolish with my money. I was not financially responsible. So when I started real estate at age 27 and change, I didn't have anything. It was as if I was starting fresh, okay? With that said, many of you are getting into the business with very low funds. I'm going to explain to you a couple tips and tricks to help you be able to overcome that, because it's something that you can overcome. It's going to require a lot of work and some finessing, but you can do it, okay? Now, when I started, what I did was I realized that throughout the licensing process, which took me about a year, I did the traditional courses, which, by the way, if you're low on money, a lot of brokerages, even without you committing to them, some will require you to commit, so make sure you make this decision wisely. Some brokerages will charge you the $300 or $400 for the licensing courses in person. However, when you close your first commission, they will add that money and reimburse you on your first closing, which can help you, okay? So with that said, as you're going through the training process, you can do something like this, okay? Now, I did it being unaware. The Century 21 that I went to just happened to offer it, and that's how I know about this. A lot of people out there do not know about this. As far as I know, there's no real like scholarship type of things you can do, because I get that question a lot too. Some of those upfront fees you're gonna have to pay. When it comes to the MLS, the multiple listing service, once you do get licensed, I know that you can, at least with my board, the Downey Association of Realtors, you can split it up into payments, and instead of paying the $800 or $900 up front for the year, you can split it up into either quarterly or monthly payments. So if you're somebody on a budget, paying $80 a month is a lot easier than throwing 800 smackaroos all at once, okay? That's a quick tip for you in the beginning. Now, besides that, in the short amount of time I had between the licensing courses and me actually getting started, which was roughly about a year, maybe 9 months to a year, I had a side hustle. I was in the field as much as I could. I was shadowing people. I was asking for mentorship and that kind of stuff as often as I could. With that said, I still had a 2 or 3 day a week job during that licensing course. So for those of you who are in a position where you're getting your real estate license and maybe you're not working, then you need to step your game up, okay? You have to get a side hustle. As soon as you start, you can let it go or you can continue it. That's up to you. However, we have to start understanding that, hey, I'm gonna be a new realtor, and most new realtors take time. It takes a couple months, could take 6 months, could take even up to a year for you to get that momentum going. So with that side hustle, what you're doing is you're putting money aside and you're being smart with it, which is the first thing you need to do, okay? If you fail to do that, then that's just a precursor for what's gonna happen in the future. Many of you come to me and you ask me, well, you know, I don't have much money, yet you don't have a side hustle, or coming into the business, you didn't have any money saved up or any savings at all because you were financially irresponsible. That's on you, not me, not your broker, not the career, not the industry, that's on you. And you need to wake the fuck up and do something about it, okay? Educate yourself on the subject of money, okay? Even if you're only making $800 or $1,000 a month, if your expenses are that much, you need to cut your expenses. You need to look at every single minute thing. If you're going out and eating 2 or 3 times a week, cut it out. If you go to the gas station and buy little bullshit, cut it out. Stop the energy drinks, stop the Starbucks. Do whatever it takes, because those little changes up front are gonna reap huge and massive rewards in the end. This is what you have to start understanding, okay? So if you're starting and you don't have that side hustle or that other little business that you can work maybe in the evenings or on the weekends, get one immediately, even if it's only 2 or 3 days a week, so you can have some sort of supplemental income coming in just to keep you afloat, because you're gonna need a phone. Even if you don't have a car, you should be okay, but for sure, you're gonna need a phone. Okay, now if you're in the LA area, probably gonna need a car unless your office is super, super close to you. okay? With that said, okay, when you start, a lot of the resources are going to be pricey. A lot of people are going to tell you to invest in Facebook and Google AdWords and all that stuff. Look, I'm going to recommend one of the most cost-effective ways, which is how I came up, in addition to other ones, but this is one thing I can impart to you as knowledge. Start door knocking. Start door knocking and doing open houses for people. Okay? You can use their signs. You can publicize it on Facebook and Craigslist, the open house, which is going to allow you, again, for free to publicize it. Of course, you put it on the MLS, which will syndicate it to all the websites to let them know, and everybody who's browsing there, that you're going to be doing an open house. And the door knocking literally requires just the effort of you going out and knocking on doors. That's it. Okay? Now, when it comes to calls, right, every office that you're at, if you do have an office, is going to have a landline. Use it. That's what I did in the beginning. Okay? Now, if that requires you to hand dial, you do it. I had 2 phones lined up when I started, and I was hand dialing like this. I would dial one, it would ring, I would dial the next number on this one without dialing the last number, so it would stay. Because you know, on a regular phone, if you do that, it'll eventually time out and beep, 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 beep. An office phone won't do that. So you're having this conversation, you have every number dialed until the last one here. You end this conversation, click, push the last number here, go, right, to pick it up. It's going to start ringing. While you're picking it up, hang up the other one and start dialing the next number. Okay? If you're that hardcore. I had to do that because I started doing the one like this, and you might do that to begin with just to get used to it, but it's going to be very difficult. Now, for those of you who maybe do not have an office, well, get a phone like I did with T-Mobile that has unlimited data and calling and texting. There you go. Now, I do recommend that you get on Wi-Fi calling because it's going to make your connection a lot more secure versus just using the cell towers and the regular service. I recommend you do that, okay? So, now between door knocking, doing the open houses, and then door knocking to promote it, and this calling, you're doing okay. And hey, if you can't afford a service, start with the freaking white pages. I know people who did that, and just go through all the phone books and the white pages. If you work at a traditional office, ask them for orphan files, meaning people who used to be serviced by agents in that office that now that either that agent is not in the business anymore, right? Or they move to a different company, they're going to have those orphan files. Follow up with them and see how they're doing if they need your services. Ask your broker if you can do that, right? That's another quick tip I can give you that will help you tremendously So I've been looking around a lot because my cat's kind of acting a fool right now. Here, so you can see him, in case you guys haven't seen him, little Sphinx cat. Anyways, the orphan files are great, right? I never had the opportunity to do that. However, it's one of the most powerful and free things that you can do that's going to help you out tremendously. Stop, dude. So you have the orphan files. Now, with what I just gave you, if you put in sustained effort over time, you will get results. You will get results, right? If you want to start going after expireds and FSBOs, look on Zillow.com, go door knock a FSBO or call them with that number straight from your cell phone. If you want to go after expireds and you can't afford the services that get you the numbers, pull them up early in the morning off the MLS, right? And look at the addresses and go door knock them, okay? If you have to borrow somebody's car, do it. If you have to go and buy a cheap car, like an old Honda Civic with a lot of miles that has low maintenance and is super cheap and good on gas, do it. If you have to buy a Prius, do it. Whatever it takes. This is efficient financially, and I guarantee you, forget everything that I said for a second. If you do what I did in the beginning, which is get responsibility of your finances and your expenses, and this is the exercise I'm going to give you. If you just did that, many of you who complain about money will be able to alleviate almost completely every single problem you have with it, regardless of your income, okay? I want you to make a list, and I want you to commit in the comment section right now as well. Make a list of every single penny coming in and every single penny coming out. Income and expenses, daily, weekly, monthly, and track it and get that number. Bring some clarity and awareness to your finances, because that's the biggest issue when it comes to this, okay? If you do that, you have the side hustle and you do some of these little free tips that I gave you in this 9-10 minute video, you're already going to be ahead of the game. There's so much stuff on YouTube now that you can learn from me. I have vaults and playlists and a bunch of stuff that can teach you a lot of this stuff that I'm talking about and other strategies more in depth. But if you're broke, you can still do it. Now, the last thing I'm going to tell you to do, I did this. However, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but it lit the fire under my ass and it allowed me to get ahead. Is I took out a credit card for $2,000. I got coaching that was $1,000 a month, which was the Mike Ferry coaching at that time. And I just did it and said, fuck it. I can make 2 payments with this credit card. By the 3rd month, I need to have money in the bank to be able to pay it off. You think that was a motivating factor? Absolutely it was. And guess what? By that 3rd month, I'd already closed at least 2 deals, right? One of them was I double-ended it. And if you watch my last video on why I almost quit real estate, you'll hear about those deals in more detail, okay? Now, is that the right thing to do? I'm not gonna tell you it is. It probably is not. However, I was committed to doing whatever it took to getting to that point of being super successful and making it in this business, because that's really what it's about. Where there's a will, there's a way. As lame as that sounds, it's true, okay? So, if you have to, from a friend, family member, or whatever, borrow some money, right? If you're really committed to this. And again, everything I'm giving you only works if you're 100% in it. So if you're starting broke, I will make other videos on top of this. I just wanted to throw it out there to see if people would appreciate this type of content. And the few tips that I gave you in here are mega, okay? Implement the little bit that I've taught you. Again, if you have little money coming in, do not let it stop you, because many people do. And that first commission check, whether you do a lease, but especially if you get a sale, right? A buyer sale or a listing sale, it will change your life forever, okay? Freaking cat. Anyways, I'll end it here. If you guys have not subscribed to Supreme Being, my podcast is on every major platform and growing very, very fast. It's in the description. If you're interested in something a little bit cheaper, more affordable for you as far as coaching and mentorship, you have my Modern Success program, which is comprehensive with real estate information and outside real estate information that's going to change your life, especially like I spoke about earlier about finances. Okay, everything else I offer is in the description below. Be sure you like the video, leave a comment below if you enjoyed it or if you have any other video ideas. Team BC, I'll see you on the next one.